As we age, we often become more set in our ways. Experience brings wisdom, and with it comes a deeper understanding of life. But sometimes that same experience can quietly morph into behaviors that, while unnoticed by those who display them, begin to distance others. This isn't about blaming older adults, far from it. It's about raising awareness of those subtle habits that can unintentionally create emotional distance. Many of these habits develop over time, often rooted in frustration, loneliness, or feeling misunderstood. Yet, when left unchecked, they can erode relationships with family, friends, and even caregivers. One such habit is constant complaining. Life brings its fair share of struggles, and aging is certainly not easy. There are aches, losses, and frustrations that come with getting older. But when every conversation is laced with grievances, about health, politics, the younger generation, or how things used to be, people begin to tune out. It becomes emotionally draining for others, especially loved ones who want to offer support but feel helpless or even guilty for things beyond their control. No one wants to be seen as insensitive, but constant negativity can exhaust even the most well-meaning family members. Another subtle but damaging behavior is being overly critical. As people age, they may feel compelled to point out flaws, correct others, or insist on doing things a certain way. It might be dressed up as offering wisdom or advice, but when every action or idea is met with critique, it begins to feel more like judgment than guidance. This can happen between grandparents and grandchildren, or between parents and their adult children. What starts as a comment meant to help can quickly turn into a source of tension. For example, criticizing how someone raises their children, cooks their meals, or dresses can feel more like a put-down than genuine concern. Over time, loved ones may begin to withhold visits or limit phone calls just to avoid feeling judged or belittled. Being stuck in the past is another habit that pushes people away. Nostalgia has its place, and reminiscing can be a beautiful thing. But constantly comparing the present to the good old days can make younger people feel like they'll never measure up. Whether it's about how polite people used to be, how much harder people worked, or how things were more affordable and simple, repeated conversations rooted in the past can make the present feel dismissed. It also subtly invalidates the experiences of younger generations who may be struggling in different but equally valid ways. When older adults refuse to acknowledge modern challenges or changes in culture, they unintentionally create a generational barrier that discourages open dialogue and deeper connections. Then there's the habit of interrupting or dominating conversations. Some older adults, out of excitement or a belief that they have something valuable to add, tend to take over discussions or talk over others. While the intention might be harmless, it can be frustrating for those trying to express themselves. Communication should be a two-way street. When someone always brings the conversation back to themselves or shares long-winded stories without considering the flow of dialogue, it leaves little room for others to be heard. Over time, this behavior can lead to younger friends or family members pulling away simply because they don't feel seen or listened to. Conversation should build connection, not become a performance or monologue. Refusing to adapt to new technology is another behavior that can widen the gap between older adults and their loved ones. It's perfectly understandable that learning new devices and apps can be overwhelming, but completely rejecting modern tools like smartphones, texting, video calls, or even email can make communication much harder. Many younger people are used to quick digital interactions, and when older adults insist on only communicating in ways that feel comfortable to them, like phone calls or in-person visits, it places the burden of flexibility on everyone else. This unwillingness to meet halfway, even in small ways, can be interpreted as stubbornness or a lack of effort. It sends the message that the relationship isn't worth stepping outside of one's comfort zone for, even if that's not the intention. One deeply harmful habit, though often unintentional, is guilt tripping. This can come in the form of phrases like, "You never call anymore," "I guess I'm just not that important," or "I'll probably be gone soon anyway." While these statements may stem from loneliness or fear, they place emotional pressure on loved ones. Guilt may bring someone back in the short term, but it doesn't build lasting closeness. It creates obligation, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. Over time, people may avoid interactions altogether because they don't want to be made to feel guilty for living their lives or not being available at all times. Emotional manipulation, even when subtle or unintended, damages trust and openness in relationships. Another habit that tends to push people away is excessive stubbornness. While standing firm in one's beliefs or decisions is a sign of confidence, refusing to consider new perspectives or ideas can be alienating. This kind of rigidity can show up in conversations about health politics, family dynamics, or even simple day-to-day choices. It often feels to others like walking on eggshells, knowing that any challenge or disagreement will be met with resistance or dismissal. Neglecting personal hygiene or appearance is a sensitive topic, but an important one. While aging can certainly come with physical limitations, not making an effort to maintain cleanliness, grooming, or dressing appropriately can unintentionally create discomfort for those around. It's not about vanity, it's about self-respect and social awareness. When people consistently avoid basic hygiene or refuse help with tasks they can no longer manage, it can create awkward or unpleasant situations. Another behavior that creates emotional distance is the refusal to forgive or let go of past conflicts. Holding on to old grudges, whether it's with a sibling, an old friend, or even a family member, can poison present relationships. Constantly bringing up past wrongs or rehashing old arguments sends a message that emotional wounds are more important than healing. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or condoning harmful behavior, but it does mean choosing peace over bitterness. When others see that an older adult is unwilling to reconcile or move forward, they may begin to mirror that energy, pulling back, avoiding conflict, and eventually, avoiding the relationship altogether. Emotional generosity can be a powerful tool for connection, especially later in life. Finally, isolating oneself and rejecting social invitations can quietly drive people away, even when those people are trying to stay close. While solitude is sometimes necessary and even healthy, persistent isolation sends a message that company is not welcome. Loved ones might reach out repeatedly, only to be met with disinterest, excuses, or avoidance. After a while, they stop trying. Sometimes this isolation comes from depression or anxiety, but when it's misunderstood or left unspoken, others simply assume the older adult doesn't want to engage. The key here is recognizing that even small gestures, a short visit, a walk, a shared meal, can keep bonds alive. Saying yes occasionally, even when it feels easier to say no, can make a big difference in maintaining those relationships. Each of these habits, on their own, may seem minor. They may not be intended to hurt or push people away, but over time, their cumulative effect can create deep emotional distance. The truth is, everyone, young or old, has blind spots in how they relate to others. For older adults, becoming aware of these habits isn't about criticism, it's about empowerment. Recognizing these patterns allows for change, for growth, and most importantly, for reconnection. Relationships are a two-way street, and while it's natural to hope others will understand your journey, it's just as important to reach out, adjust, and create space for others to walk alongside you. Emotional closeness in later life isn't about being perfect. It's about being open, being present, and being willing to grow, even after all these years.